Adam Chris from MyMMAnews.com, being joined by educated hands Reggie Barnett Jr., and in a change of plans, he will be taking on Johnny Bedford in a rematch on July 23rd for the BKFC lightweight strap, as Dat Nguyen has been stripped of his title, couldn't come to terms with the organization, and now Bedford and Barnett will throw down once again at BKFC 19 for the lightweight title. First, I got to ask Reggie, how did you feel once you got the news?
It's upsetting. It's a little disappointing, but it also confirms everything that I was saying. So anybody who hates on me or doesn't understand, the aspect or why I was saying or doing the things, involved with that, and he laid it out there for y'all, plain and simple. And again, I'm going to repeat it, like I said in a I guess what is a post, or I didn't post, it was a comment on something or whatever. But if you are so naive to think that it was really funny is why that is no longer the champion, then that's just I'm okay with you having that belief and accepting that. Because at the end of the day, as much as I don't like him and I don't respect him and I never will until he mans up and gets in that third circle with me, I wish him the best of luck for whatever he goes to do. That's just how I am and how I'm built. Go out there and eat. I told you, y'all go back and run the tape after he won and became the belt holder. He could not stay in the lead without fighting me. He does not and will not ever fight me, and thus he is no longer in the league. It has nothing to do with money. He outpriced himself on purpose. I offered him my purse. I even offered my next three purses if he could beat me. And still, that was the equivalent of probably what he was at. I don't know, even know. Some people said it was 250. Some people said it was 100. Some people said it was 70. I don't really care what the numbers were. You outpriced yourself so that way you could try to save face and not have to fight me. But it confirmed that you are that bitch. But at the end of the day, best of luck to you. Maybe you'll get a fight. But if any day you decide you want to man up, it doesn't care how you want to do it. And we settle this dispute as men. I'll be glad to meet you in the middle, man. But other than that, I'm gonna move forward with my life. I told y'all, he's a fucking coward. You tried to. I'm sorry, I spazzed a little bit. You tried to belittle me as a person, as a man, as a combat in any way possible. You tried to make yourself seem like you were so much better than me, but you bowed out. A real champion does not bow out because of money. I'm not fighting for money. Money is great, and I'm glad that I have plenty of money to change my life. I'm grateful for that. He's like, oh well, Reggie needs the money and to feed his family, blah blah blah. Yeah, and everybody needs money. Who doesn't? That's just that. But that was no reason for you to speak on. It was you trying to act like you were a class above me, that I was below you. But here you are now, kaput, and that's the end of it. So.
He did a little bit of contradicting of himself with an interview, and I want to get into that later. But the one thing I wanted to touch on as far as your perspective goes, I appreciate what you have to say about him as far as moving on and just going on with your life, wishing him the best. But as far as your beef goes, I'm not trying to stir it, but from your personal aspect, once you heard he was stripped of his title, he's not going to fight you, being from, the family man that you are, the pro athlete, and the guy that turned his life around, and he took digs at all of that.
All of that. How can you be so much of a fucking coward to try to come at me at all those angles and then not stand on your word, right? What kind of example, if you want to talk about somebody's family, what kind of example are you setting for your sons? Because I know my little man is watching me. He's only one, and he watches everything I do. He's 1 year old, and when I bring him to the gym with me, he hits the bag. He has no idea what he's doing, but he's mimicking and copying daddy. So the things that I do, the choices that I make in my life are going to directly weigh out and reflect some of the ones that my children. And so if you want to bring people, whatever, be a man, stand on that shit. But I told y'all he was a coward. He knows that he may not beat me, and Dad ain't willing to take those kind of risks. I'm cool with it. Do I go in the squared circle with the mentality that I'm going to win? Hell yeah, right? Every time. But it's a fight. Any given Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, whichever day they decide to hold. But he's never. He's a coward. Plain and simple. And I told him, if you do not fight me any way, shape, form, whether it's boxing, MMA, bare knuckle, karate, kumite, whatever the hell you want to do it, we can do Mortal Kombat since you think you Raiden. then you have to live with the fact that you're a coward. You have to live with the fact that your legacy is marred as being the first bare knuckle fighter to ever be stripped of a title. Not me.
Where were you, and what were your initial thoughts as soon as you heard the news?
I had just actually got off of the interview on the bare knuckle. Yeah, which day was it? The day we just start running together, bro. It was on one of the bare knuckle YouTube podcasts. I had just jumped off the interview and we were talking about that. And then Dave Feldman sent me the MMA news post. And I was like, what's this? And I clicked on it and I read it. And I messaged him back and I was like, are you for real, man? And he didn't message me back for like a good 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, this fucking with me. And so I started jumping on social media, looking at some of the other posts, and you see other people sharing it and posting. I'm like, no. And then Dave messaged me back. He's like, yeah, man, I ain't got time for this. He said, if you want to move forward and fight, then we can fight. And I said, heck yeah, I'm always down. He said, you know me, I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm going to show up and give it my all.
So the contradicting that he was doing that I was saying earlier when he was in an interview with Fightheads MMA, and he was saying first he went to say the money didn't make sense. Then he said a couple minutes later that he comes to win and not to take a paycheck. And then a couple minutes after that, he said he would come back after you and Johnny have your fight to fight either one of you two after everything he said about beating, quote unquote, he's beating Johnny's ass and not fighting you for money. So all of that contradicting. I've never personally talked to Dat Nguyen. I don't have any reference to say anything about him as on a personal level. Just from when I hear those things and hear the contradiction back and forth, what are your thoughts?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it speaks for itself. You know, he can't get his story straight. He can't make up his mind or decide what he wants. We already know, plain and simple, with me and Johnny, either give Johnny the rematch or give me the title fight I deserve. If I got passed up for my title fight, I'd have been freaking pissed. Yes, exactly. You know, but at the end of the day, business is business. It's all good. I'm gonna get my title shot. It's written in my contract. I'm the next person to fight for the belt. Don't matter who they put it up against, whatever. It's being whoever. And so it happens to be me and Johnny. But when you have somebody who can't keep his story straight or keeps backtracking or whatever, you know that they're not honest. It's a part of their character. I know because I used to be that way. I know because I used to be that way, especially when I was out there in my cups and in that lifestyle. But I'm not. I only have the capacity to be brutally honest, sometimes too honest, and blunt with you, and deal in facts. I'm dealing in facts, not make believe or fantasy or whatever little la la land Dat Nguyen is living in his head. To not be able to really be honest with yourself, bro. You ain't gotta be honest with anybody else but yourself. Because at the end of the day, you have to go to sleep with yourself. You have to wake up and look at yourself in the mirror. And for a long time, I was not able to do that. And so I'm cool with it. I could walk out those doors with my head held high, knowing that I always gave it my all. I always did the best that I could do and had the utmost respect for everybody and everything. Because that's who I am. Because the old Reggie, we're like, man, I don't even want to start dropping no F-bombs or whatever. But if we could relatively say I lived like I was going to die at any moment, and thus I had no care or feeling for any other human being in the world except for my children.
A little bit of the old Reggie did kind of surface, I noticed the other day on social media when you said the goons were only a phone call away. Where did that come from? That's not typical, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Because, see, he's a coward, right? He's got me blocked from all the social media and all that, whatever. But what they'll do, whether it's his wife or his little minions or his little trolls or whatever, is they'll send me messages. And then before I can respond or report it or anything, they'll block me, or they'll delete me or whatever. So there's no response. So I'm not going to repeat what was said. He gave me the address to his gym though. All right. So when I pull up, bro, or a whole bunch of dudes pull up and sit down and come have some faux soup, don't be surprised. It's just like it was really, really derogative, like really, really. And I'll be honest, it made me mad. It made me irate. It hurt my feelings a little bit. And I guess that's what he was supposed to do. And so I posted and I thought about it. And I was like, damn, you shouldn't have posted that, right? But I'm a man. I'm going to stand on what I say. There ain't no take backs, So I left it as it is. And then you've seen, not my goons, but my real fans, the people that love me were asking, like, yo, what's going on, Reggie? And then the people that ride for me was like, yo, where he at? Where we going? So it's not, I ain't trying to, we ain't going to go I ain't going to hurt nobody outside. That's not me anymore. No, that's not the person that I want to be. But at the same time, don't test my gangster, because I will send them to come have some folks. Won't nothing happen to you or your family, but just know that we can't show up and come come sit down and have lunch at your restaurant. It won't be a damn thing you can do about it. Remember, you invited them. So keep
Very
that
true.
in mind, bro.
So at this
right?
You're right, man. I mean, everything you're saying is right. But so I was my next question.
Yeah, go ahead.
My next question was going to be, but I think I already have an answer. Was, do you think at this point you and Dat's story's over?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Can you elaborate on that? Because you have a lot of distaste for him as a human. You have a lot of distaste for him as a fighter, and you do want to fight him as a man.
Yes, as a man, but at the same time, what did you say yesterday, Brandon? Excuse me. What he eats doesn't make me shit, or what I eat doesn't make you shit, or something like that. Whatever. We were training, and Brandon said that, or whatever. And my thing is, like, it's okay. I will. There are some people. There are only 3 people in this world that I don't respect or like, and that is one of them. The other 2, you know who you are. We ain't gonna put you on blast in an interview, but at the same time, I'm not going to give you free space in my head. I'm not going to let you rent no free space in my head. I spoke my piece. The whole world gave you a chance to stand on everything that you said. You decided to find another excuse to bow out. So the world, the people who support you, let them keep believing in your phony ass and supporting you. But the people who really know what it is see exactly what it is. And I don't have to beat you up. I don't have to fight you now to prove that. If the time comes and it happens, then I will beat that ass. But I'm not going to dwell on it no more. I'm gonna keep moving forward in my life. I'm headed for greatness. I'm building a legacy. I'm trying to inspire the masses before my time is done in the sport.
And coming off such an impressive one-sided win over Chop Chop Corley, man, having that name on your resume, how does that feel?
I mean, it's a plus. But at the same time, you know me, man. I don't try to be like, and I still have the utmost respect for Chop. But at the end of the day, if I can be real, I told y'all so. No disrespect to Chop Chop, but this is a different sport, and you can't. They fed him to a shark.
Yeah,
they fed him to a shark, and I love you, Chop, and I respect you, but. Like I said, why did you pick me to make your bare knuckle? You would pick any of them other guys and then came and fought me. It probably would have been a whole different fight. But no. And again, when you were talking about that, why am I not worried about it? Because the king does not worry about the pawns.
So the rematch with Johnny Bedford.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, brother. It's your turn.
I'm about to say, this whole time, he trying to command shit, acting like he, high and mighty than everybody. And here you go, bro. You sound like you were just a pawn in this story.
Yeah, especially if he's saying, I'm not going to deal with this shit. Let's move forward.
Yeah, the 2 kings are still sitting on the other side of the board, And so July 23rd, we're just going to go to battle again.
That rematch,
you just help boost the stock of bare knuckle, because you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna beat Johnny's ass. We're gonna have to do it again.
There's gonna have to be a rubber match, right?
I'm gonna beat his ass on the 23rd, and we're gonna have to do it again. Johnny knows I love him, but you are not beating me again, bro. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen.
Is there gonna be as much animosity this time as there was in the last fight?
Now, he might still be mad or have some animosity, but I'm not carrying it like that. I'm just coming to do my job, and my job is I have a second chance at accomplishing a life goal that not many people get against the same person that I already fought. Fuck that, bro. No, you have to throw my little ass out the ring this time to beat me. Because everybody acts like he just completely obliterated me, and that is not the case. Was he bigger and stronger than me? Absolutely. Is he bigger and stronger than me now? Absolutely not.
Mm.
Absolutely not. I have trained and conditioned myself to be a true 135-pound fighter. I'm not boxing at 128 no more. If I do ever go back to boxing, 132, I'm not making the 128 limit anymore. I've gotten bigger so I can fight at 135. So the whole tossing me around like a little rag doll is not happening no more. And I don't hit less weaker than I did. I hit harder. He can act like I didn't hurt him at all, but we both know we hurt each other. It was a fight.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, yeah, you dropped me, but every time you dropped me, I got back up and I made you fight.
This rematch is so interesting from your perspective, just because you get a chance at redemption. The one man in BKFC that's beat you, and it was for the title. You get the rematch now for the title. That rematch that you've been waiting for. I mean, I know you've said up until now that the belt doesn't matter, but again, if you're not fighting to be the best, what are you there for? So I
mean, this time, like straight up, we are fighting. This is even more important than me fighting that, or him fighting Dad again, or whatever. Really, the two OGs with the best records in the league, solidifying not only who's the best 135 pounder, but who's pretty much the best bare knuckle fighter right now. Period. And that's in my mind. That's how I'm approaching it. Fuck the belt. I came in this to build a legacy as one of the best bare knuckle fighters of my generation of modern bare knuckle fighting. It's not. I'm going to beat Johnny to do that. If I win the belts, when I win the belts, that's just icing on the cake. But in order to prove that without a doubt, to come back from my one loss, continue my win streak, and prove that I am pound for pound the number one fighter right now, I have to beat him, and I will beat him.
And adding.
You're going to have to throw me out the fucking ring to beat me, bro.
And adding on to everything that you just said and everything that we've been talking about with your legacy from prison to pay-per-view and pending that win, getting that belt and the championship, the star of BKFC, what does that mean for you and your family? What does that mean for you as a man?
Damn, you're going to make me get all teary-eyed, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
I won't say I did it because the work is never done. And that's just an adage I have, so I don't get complacent. The work is never done. But at the same time, it will mean that all the struggle, all the hardship, that everybody in my family had to deal with, because my turmoil affected everybody. Me and my brother would just joke about how my drunkenness ruined his graduation from college. So it'll just mean that I finally I probably have, and in my mind, I know I came back from a hopeless state of mind and body, but made all of it worth something. Made something out of that struggle. Made something out of the absolute nothingness that I felt.
I can't wait to see this story unfold. July 23rd, it's going down. Reggie, I always appreciate you talking to me. Again, everything that's been going on for you, it's been nothing short of impressive, entertaining, and just amazing to see come from the tryouts to your just storming onto the scene, your single loss, now you getting to rectify it. It's just everything is unfolding so perfectly for you. Couldn't be happier for you just as a friend.
I couldn't write the story any better. I just have to do my part. And my part is I'm going to prepare for war. Yeah. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to leave my heart, body, and soul in that ring. And I believe if I do that, I'm going to come away with the W.
Do you think you stopped Johnny that night?
Yes.
Do you have a round in mind?
There's no other option. This fight cannot go to decision. There's no other option. One of us is getting stopped this time. And it's not going to be me.
Reggie, Educated Hands Barnett Jr. I appreciate you, brother. Final thing I have for you: let the fans know how to reach you on social media. You have so much going for you. Between Educated Minds, you have everything going on between 757 Boxing. As far as anything you want to get out there now, floor's yours, brother.
All right. So first of all, shout out to, of course, my mom, Kim Barnett, and everything that she does. My home gym, 757 Boxing. My affiliate gym, Grindstone Athletics. Thank you guys for everything that you do. So we just launched educatedhands.co. That's educatedhands.co. It's my new website. You can find everything easy in one place. Like the pun, right? I had to get it right. And we just have links to all our sponsors, my merchandise. I launched my Educated Hands University, which is my online training. A lot of people want to know how I train, and I do. Definitely go up there, join the team. You'll have access to my training videos. And, we have some insider bare knuckle techniques, tips, training that nobody else gets unless you're actually here, in person with me. And then my Instagram _EAZ_E_. Please, since this is about likes and followers or whatever they say it is, the people that need to follow me in God's time follow me. So if you want to go follow me, please do. I appreciate all the support. I think I got everything. If I missed anything, I greatly apologize to everybody. Like I said, I have 15 sponsors. So go to educatedhands.co, check them out. They have discounts on their services. If you click on my link, you can watch my bare knuckle fights. I have the BKTV app up there. And so we grinded. Make sure y'all tune in. What we got? June 26th, BKFC 18, 4 title fights. It's going to be a absolute circus, and not in the bad way. I mean, it's going to be an awesome show, an excellent, awesome show. And then, of course, yours truly, Redemption. July 23rd, me and Johnny Bedford will run it back. There will be blood. There always is. There always will be. So, Adam, thank you so much for having me, bro. I appreciate it.
Brother, you know it, man. I look forward to it, and I look forward to the rematch, and you looking forward to you getting that title opportunity, man. There he goes, Reggie Educated Hands Barnett Jr., scheduled to take Johnny Bedford on July 23rd for the BKFC lightweight strap. You don't want to miss that fight. For Reggie
I said number 1 in the world, baby.
What's that?
I said number 1 in the world.
For Reggie Barnett Jr., I'm Adam Christ. Make sure you keep it locked to my MMA news, as always, for all your fight news needs.